Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Juju and Football. So, game week 3, it's been very interesting. This is going to be the review. We're going to go through some of the games, look at referee decisions, look at players that have impressed, look at teams that uh, have to be watched going forward. So, it's been a very, very interesting game week 3. So, this is the game week 3 review. All right, let's go. The last game, which was I think the most interesting game of the game week, which is Newcastle versus Liverpool. So very interesting how the game started. Um, I think in the first 5 minutes, Trent is bumped off the line, like off the pitch by what's his name? I've forgotten his name. But he's pushed off the pitch, and then he throws like he's pissed, so he throws the ball not that far and receives a yellow card for dissent. So next, I think couple of minutes or something like that, then he Gordon is the other player. So then he kind of puts his arm out as Gordon is going past him, like to kind of stop him, and Gordon falls, takes the fall, and according to the rules, that's supposed to be a yellow card. But then the ref had just given like a very cheap yellow card, so in a way he feared to give another yellow card. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Should Trent be on the pitch after this, or should he have gotten another yellow card? I think if you want to follow the rules, follow the rules. So I feel like they should have given him another yellow card. What do you think? So then Newcastle get a goal from Trent's mistake. After the goal, Newcastle look like they're going to win the game. Then it gets worse for Liverpool. Gordon gives Isaac a through ball, and it's clear he's going to be one on one with the keeper, like he's going through with the keeper. And then Van Dijk, I think, because of being in the wrong place, like for starters, he has to almost commit the foul if he doesn't want to leave the player to get a good chance against the keeper. So he takes the player and then the ball. So I don't know why like some pundits, like the ex-Liverpool pundits or something like that, feel that shouldn't be a red card, because he's clearly the last man. If Isaac gets that ball, it's with the keeper. He's getting off a shot. There's no defender that's going to get close to him. So I don't know why the pundits feel it's not a red card. But I felt that was a red card. I don't know why the ref. Anyway, the problem is I don't think the ref was sure about it, but it was a correct decision. Then Newcastle really kind of take control of the game, but then Liverpool changed their setup. Like when they went 10 men down, they went a bit more defensive, but then they also changed the threats of transitioning and counter-attacking when they brought in Nunes and the other subs that they made. The way they set up is they were very good at the counter-attack. The fact that Newcastle failed to get the second goal, and they had chances to get the second goal, but they failed to get the second goal, meant that Liverpool was still in the game. And for a big team to still be in the game is very, very dangerous, because Newcastle is at home. They are trying to go to that next level, like from being a mid-table team to being a top tier team. So what they had to do was to push. They couldn't stop. They couldn't sit back and let Liverpool attack them, and they had the advantage of the number, which I think worked against them. So they had to push, but then it didn't work for them. And then, and then they make the mistake defensively and let Nunes in on goal with one on one with the keeper, and he gets off a good shot. So that was the first goal, and they're back in the game. And this didn't help Newcastle at all, because what happens is if it was a normal match, maybe 11 both sides, no red card, then maybe Newcastle are okay with taking the 1 point, and they don't need to push because the other team is less than them. But because Liverpool have less men than them, it's almost forced onto Newcastle that they have to be the team that's pushing. They have to be the team that has to show that they won the 3 points. So that worked handy for Liverpool, and Liverpool kind of sat back but were very good in transition, and then they got the second goal with a very beautiful pass from Salah, and Nunes again put that back in the net. So Nunes, is this going to be his season? Is it just a game, or is he finding his like levels this year? Because last year he was mediocre, but then we all know the potential from Benfica. So is this going to be his year? What do you guys think? I think he's going to be much better than he was last year. So let's wait and see. So I think that was the game. It was very exciting. I don't the ref the first yellow card I don't think should be given as a yellow card, because it's in a way it's a stupid yellow card. I don't think those yellow cards should continue being given. They should change that. They're going to cause many players to get suspended, because these players are human and they react like they are not just robots in the game, like playing. It's it's emotional. It's an emotional game. So handing out yellow cards just like that is not good for the game. It's not good for the teams. It's not good for the players. It's not good for anybody. So I think that should change. We look at the next game, which will be Sheffield United versus Man City. Well, yeah, everybody expected Man City to score. Maybe I expected Haaland to have more than one goal in that game. But then, yeah, football is funny. Man City almost dropped points, but then when Sheffield United equalized, then it's like they almost woke up the beast, and the way. And mainly, if you looked at Kyle Walker, because he's the one who made the mistake for the equalizing goal, it's like he injected in like more energy, more pace, more, I don't know, everything, and in I think a minute or two they scored the second goal. So yeah, that's Man City. Let's see how Fulham can do with them. I don't know. So I don't know how we're going to handle Man City, but we have to. They're not winning the league again. So let's see. The next game was Burnley versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa, very good transitional team. Burnley look like they'll be very good with the possession. The issue is results. Are they going to start picking up results? They've now played 2 games, okay, with some serious teams. That's Man City and Aston Villa. Now they've lost both, but then they've looked very good in possession. So what kind of team are they going to be? Will they manage to start picking up results? That's very important for them to do. And this loss was at home. Matty Cash, very, very interesting in the transition, and the way Aston Villa were playing was very, very nice and nice to watch, and the way they were transitioning. So Aston Villa is a team to look at. They're going to be a very, very good team this season. So that was the Burnley Aston Villa game. Brighton versus West Ham, a shocker. I don't think people saw that coming. But then West Ham did it in game week 2 against Chelsea. They managed to beat Chelsea. I don't think many people saw that coming too. So even this game week, I think people thought Brighton is going to like demolish West Ham. And you guys know how Brighton started. I think scoring 5 goals in the first game, 5 goals in the second game, something like that, or 4. But a number of goals in both games. Well, West Ham didn't want to know. They came into this game. They had their plan. They are really like playing basics, like football basics. they get the ball to certain areas, and then uh, they're very calm and they're very lethal, like at the goal. They don't need many chances to, like, anyway, according to the games they've had, at least the sample that you can look at, they've not needed many chances to get their goals. They've not needed many chances to affect the game. So that's very good for West Ham. The players that they've brought in are very, very important for them, especially Ward-Prowse in the midfield. He's very, how do you call him? How do you say, it's like he's calm on the ball. He makes the right decisions. He's good on set pieces. He's going to be very, very influential for West Ham this season. How they managed to fare in the league, and I think they'll do well this season. I forget where I have them in the predictions, like, but I think they'll do well. That's starting to impress me. I believe. Um, Hopefully they'll manage to get Maguire. I don't know if they will. Maybe sign him as a permanent deal or get him on loan. But let's see. Let's wait and see. But that game was very, very interesting. Brighton, yeah, play the possession, like possess the ball very well. Move the ball, move with the ball up the field very well. But then they weren't. The finishing wasn't as good as it was in the first two games. So that was the problem with Brighton, and West Ham was very, like, locking down all the areas. So their defense was very good in this game, and the attack was lethal. So they managed to get their points, they managed to get their goals. That was very, very well done by West Ham. The next game that we're looking at is Manchester United. Let's go. So Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. It had a very, very interesting start. So Nottingham Forest managed to get two early goals. So by the time it was 5 minutes, Nottingham Forest had two goals, which was very interesting. The first goal, well, if they've planned, okay, because they have on the first goal, it's a corner, like it's a United corner, and they've decided to have Rashford and Anthony, and then in front of them, Wan-Bissaka, a bit in front of them, as the last guys. Well, if that's what they've decided to do, then these players know what they're supposed to do. Win the ball. Don't allow the opponent win the ball off you. So when the corner came in, Nottingham Forest got the ball out of the box, and then Wan-Bissaka failed to win the first header. Rashford didn't look interested in winning the second ball, and then Awoniyi gets onto the ball, and he's running, like he has a whole, like, 3/3 of the pitch to run, and then Rashford, who is very fast, just like it's like he doesn't want to run or something like that. So he didn't seem interested. He ran, caught up with him. If he didn't seem also decisive, like in his tackle. I think he feared to maybe give a penalty away or something like that. But he didn't seem decisive, so that was the problem with it. It's like he wanted to run at first, but then he didn't want to run. Then realized, I have to run. Then he ran, and then he gets to the man, and he doesn't want to decide whether to put in a tackle or not. So, and then the goalkeeper also, when when Rashford fails to get the ball the first time, and Awoniyi kicks the ball in front to get onto his bike, the goalkeeper, I feel, should have come to try and intercept the ball, but then he falls back behind, or his starting position is much higher next to the goal than maybe people would expect for Onana. Like he's supposed to be another kind of goalkeeper. So I don't know, maybe Danoche choose, like, with the way they're playing, or they've given him different instructions for the, like, to start with, as he's bedding into the team. I don't know, but when you look at that picture, you almost expect, where is the goalkeeper? Like, the goalkeeper is going to come around, and then he's not there, he's not coming, and it goes on and on until the goal happens. So that was the first goal. Then 2 3 minutes later, Dalot fouls the one of the Nottingham Forest players, and then they get a free kick. We should be better at defending free kicks or set pieces. I think we're improving at that. We considered less set pieces last season than we did the previous season, so I think we're getting better at that. So they get a goal from that, and then this, well, in if it was another team, you'd be very scared. If it was an Arsenal, a Liverpool, a Man City, that would be the game gone. Like, you're not coming back from 2 goals down. So since it was Nottingham Forest, there's a chance. Like, just calm down, and then play, and get your way around, and you see the chances will come around, and you can get the result. And that's what happened. We created our chances very well. We got the first goal in the first half, with Rashford creating this goal, and Rashford's left hand side, I think he will be more effective. So let's let him play there more. But then if we don't have options, he should be open to playing as a striker. He's a team player. He's not. It's not about him. It's about the team. So if the team has no options to play as a striker, then he should be open to it. Because he got into the team as a striker. He didn't get into it as a wide player. So this is what I would say. And then second goal, again, we created a good transition from a free kick to Fernandez assisting for Casemiro. And third goal, again, Rashford gets a penalty, and some people are saying he dived, but if you if you think he dived, then I don't know, maybe football is not for you, or it's just bias. But he didn't dive. The defender felt he can make the tackle, then realized at the last moment he cannot make a tackle, but his leg is already there. So it's a half in, half out kind of tackle, and Rashford is running, and he gets contact with the leg. So yes, he decides to fall down. Any forward player is going to fall down with that contact. So, but doesn't mean he dived. The contact is there. It's a funny foul by the defender. He's not decided what he wants to do. He has haphazardly gone into it and gives a penalty. So I think that was a good call. So yeah, that was it, and we managed to win. The Nottingham Forest red card, I don't know about it. Maybe it shouldn't be a red card. If you're not sure whether the second defender is going to get to the ball or not, then I don't think it should be like a straight red card. So but they got a straight red card. So that was the Manchester United game. We managed to win that, and those are 6 points from 9. So not a very bad start, but the play is not yet very catchy. So the next game is Arsenal. The next game for United, for Man United, is Arsenal vs United next Sunday. So let's see how we shall do in that. So the next game we can look at is Everton vs Wolves. Everton have just failed to score goals. I don't know what they're going to do about that. These are now 3 games that failed to score even 1 goal. So I don't know. They have a very strong team. I think they have like a solid team. They create chances, but they just don't score. I don't know. Maybe they should. I think they'll score. They'll get their chances. They'll score. They should stick to what they're doing, because they create opportunities, but they just don't put the ball in the back of the net. Wolves have the same issue, but this time around they managed to nick a goal, and they won the game 1-0. So that was the game. It wasn't that interesting. Then the next game we can look at is Brentford vs Crystal Palace. Also ended 1-1. Also not so interesting. Then another interesting game uh, Arsenal versus Fulham. So that ended 2-2. It's a draw. So Arsenal draw points. Well, not good for them. You remember last season they started very strongly. They had, I think, 43 points from a possible 48. So I don't know how many games those are, but those are many games. So they started very well last season. This season they look very shaky. The midfield doesn't look okay. They are playing Party as a left back, a right back, sorry. So the bit it's a bit disorganized. Party, who they were saying is like the best DM in the Premier League. I don't know. Just imagine Casemiro as a right back. Some Arsenal fans were saying he's better than Casemiro. So I don't know about that. I don't know what they think now. Is Rice better than Casemiro, or I don't know. They should tell us. So that was so the Arsenal game started very poorly. Also conceded the goal very early, around the same time as United conceded their first goal. So Saka gives a back pass, and it's a bad pass back, and then Pereira gets onto the ball, and Ramsdale is way off his lines, so he tries to run back, and my feeling is he should have gone he should have gone back, but while facing the play, like face the pitch. Don't give the player your back and then start running back. That's my feeling. Although yeah, you're slower when you're like pedaling backwards, but then I feel you give if you do that, then you're telling the player you have to be very good to get it past me, like get it over me. It really has to be good, because where Pereira put it, I don't know if it was intentionally or not, but then if he's running while facing the play, I think he gets a better chance of diving and putting the ball out. But because he's facing because his back is facing the player, then he has no chance of turning and doing anything, no chance at all. So that was the first goal. uh, Arsenal managed to get um, a penalty. I think the penalty was their first goal. Saka scored good penalty. Then they got the second goal, Nketiah. And then Fulham got um someone sent off. So there were 10 men down, and I thought, okay, Fulham have just dropped the points here, and then Fulham magic just happened, and or Arsenal magic, I don't know. So yeah, Arsenal dropped 2 points, and Fulham, I think, can say they won 2 points. They won the point at the Emirates. They went away with the point. That's very very well done by them. So finally, last game that we look at is the Chelsea game versus Luton. It was the first game of the game week. Person that impressed the most is Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling looks like new player. He looks like the player that Man City signed. Was it from Liverpool? Yeah, but he looks very good. He looks very fresh. He even looks younger than he is, like when he's on the ball and things like this. So this is very 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 good for Chelsea. Um, and I think he's going to just get better and better throughout the season. Chelsea managed to score 3 goals against Luton. I think Sterling scored 2 of them and assisted one, so he was involved in everything. Um, Chelsea, I believe, are going to be that team that really at times play very beautiful football, but then sometimes fail to get the result. That's the kind of season I think they're going to have. Another game that we've not looked at is the Bournemouth Tottenham game. Tottenham won that by 2 goals. I think again Basuma looked very very good in the midfield. He was bossing the midfield. Madison looks good uh, in the number 10 role. So these these two players are going to make a very big difference for Tottenham. So I think those are the games. Any referee decisions? Okay, there was against Liverpool, those decisions in the Liverpool game, the Trent first yellow card, I think I disagree with that. It shouldn't be a yellow card. Any other? Let me see. Any other referee decision that wasn't okay? There may be more because these refs are making. Oh, like the yellow for I think Onana was unnecessary because there was a second ball on the pitch and then he waited and they gave him a yellow. So much of this is just making the game worse and not better. So yeah, I think that's our review. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like and share. See ya.